Hi, I'm Corey from Plaza Fitness Performance, and I've been in the industry for about 25 years. I've pretty much seen it all: powerlifting, performance, informal gyms, just all sorts of different things. So I've come to the point in my career where I've made the determination that there is one exercise that pretty much every client should be doing. And it's the type of exercise that is going to improve stability of the core, so it's going to keep you injury resilient. It's going to improve your strength, your ability to perform in terms of speed and power, and it's just a great exercise. The upside is tremendous, the downside is minimal, and that exercise is the crawl. So the crawl is a movement that we learned a lot about from Tim Anderson and Original Strength. We actually brought Tim to our facility a couple years back. Amazing information if any of you are looking into that. But the crawl is something that neurologically we, from an evolutionary standpoint, have done throughout the course of our life. So it's in there somewhere. We just got to make sure that we tap back into it. And that's stuff that Original Strength and Tim, they can help you with if you want to go down that bunny hole. But the best exercise that you aren't doing is the crawl. And the first lowest level crawl that we generally start with is a baby crawl. If a client can perform a baby crawl in all directions, then we move to a bird dog crawl. Same thing, forward, back, all different directions. And then we progress to a leopard crawl, which is toes are loaded, knees off the ground, spine is in neutral, and you're gonna give us a contralateral, opposite arm, opposite leg movement pattern, and you're gonna go very slowly. So this exercise is an incredible movement pattern for your core, for your entire body, the neurology that we have built within inside of us. And it just is really important. You can use it as a warm-up. You can use it as a core exercise in place of other things that you do or complementing other things. You can do it for time. You can build up in terms of the progression. You might start with 15, 20 seconds, build up to a minute. Who knows? My personal PR is about 20 minutes, but Tim has stories of spending miles and miles and all sorts of things to build his core stability. So it's really important exercise, and hopefully it's something that you can incorporate into your routine to help you improve your strength, decrease your risk of injury, and help you achieve all the goals that you want to achieve. So it may be hard to believe, but in 5 minutes a day, you will be a monster. Now, monster as it relates to injury resiliency, stabilization, performing, and of course, looking great, looking athletic and sexy. So this is appropriate for any fitness level, and you don't need any equipment, absolutely nothing. So again, it might be hard to believe, but if you follow this program 5 minutes a day, you will absolutely be a monster. So let's get right into it. You need to make sure that what you're doing is appropriate for your fitness level. So I'm going to show you a bunch of regressions and progressions built into the main movement that we're executing. And this movement is just simply a crawl. So I might get a little, maybe a little sweaty doing this. So I'm actually going to take this shirt off, and it's a little work shirt. I'm also going to take off my shoes. So we'd recommend that you throw your shoes off to the side, that you wear some comfortable clothing for you. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with the first level crawl. Now the first level crawl is going to be called a cross crawl. So that cross crawl is going to start with your arms extended, your body in neutral spine, and I want you to give me opposite elbow to opposite knee, or opposite hand to opposite knee, and I want you to perform this movement back and forth. You're going to try to make it a movement, so you're going to go forward or back. You could be in space, as big as your room is. Go ahead and just move back and forth. And you're going to try to build up to being able to do this for 5 minutes. Once you can do that movement for 5 minutes, you're going to transition to the next level, the next progression, which is going to be a baby crawl. So that baby crawl is going to have you into a 4-point position, tabletop position, and you're going to give me an opposite hand, opposite leg movement. You can go forward and you can go back, and you're going to do that for 5 minutes. Once that becomes easy, which it should be, you can progress to a bird dog crawl. Forward, back, or you can just stay in place, doesn't really matter. Once you can do that for 5 minutes, the progression that we want you to follow is loading your toes, bringing your knees off the ground, keeping that spine in neutral. You're going to keep your knees just hovering off the ground and keep your hips low. I want you to stay long and tall in the crawl, and you're going to give me a slow and smooth crawl. Forward, back. You could go side to side. The whole key is that your core is active, stabilizing, and it's in place. Another crawl that you can do is a spider crawl, and that's where your knees go outside your elbows, and you're also staying low. So those are the 2 crawls that we want you to transition to and progress to. So I'm going to execute a 5-minute monster program. Right now, we're going to do the leopard crawl. That's the only crawl I'm going to do for 5 minutes. You're going to see it in action. And if you do this every day for 5 minutes, you will look great, you will move well, you will be incredibly, truly strong, and in 5 minutes a day with no equipment. So let's do it. Let me take my watch. I'm gonna put this down. It's perfect for right on the minute, and we're gonna do this for 5 minutes. So I'm gonna go nice and slowly, very fluid. You're gonna stay with me for 5 minutes here. I'm gonna use, hopefully, a little bit more space. I want you to notice I'm trying to make it very smooth, very slow. We're 1 minute into the program. And right about now, this is getting a little bit more challenging for me. We're at 2 minutes. Definitely more challenging. Starting to notice a breath change. Feeling my core pretty extensively. I'm also feeling my upper body. Notice I'm giving my body some proprioceptive feedback by sliding my hand. We're at 3 minutes down. And on a 1 to 10 scale right now, I feel like this is about an 8 in terms of an intensity scale. If 1 feels like an all-out effort, if 1 feels like sitting on a sofa, and 10 feels like an all-out effort, and 8 is fairly challenging. I do feel like I'm starting to sweat. We're at 4 minutes. I've got 1 more minute to go. When you get tired, make sure your form stays intact. You're going to want to make sure your knees stay low so your core works. We've got 15 seconds. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. Whew. So that is an example of your 5-minute monster routine. Obviously, you're going to want to build up to that. It may not be something that you can execute day 1. So progress. Maybe you do like 30 seconds to a minute to 2 minutes to 3 minutes, so on and so forth. For those of you who want to push the limits on this particular program, there's virtually no issue associated with overtraining. Your bodies are designed to do that and stabilize. So if you want to end up doing, hey, I want to do 10 minutes, I want to do 15 minutes, 20 minutes. We do actually quite a bit of longer duration crawling. It's really great for your core. So I hope that's helpful. It's definitely going to help really kind of add to whatever it is that you're doing, whether you're a triathlete, whether you're a runner. Maybe you just are in this for shaping and toning and you want to look great. It's good too. But anything that you are involved with, the sport of life, it's going to help you. So stay injury free. Make sure you're getting your crawling in. Look great. And thanks for joining us.